Yeah, everyone can see my screen.
Yes, so
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's begin to waste any time. Okay, uh, for those who are, I guess everyone uh, is have at least attended one or first or second class. Okay, I'm teaching you banking and financial services, 18 MBA FM 301. Okay, in this first unit I have started, I've completed half of the unit. First unit, we're going to discuss regarding the RBI, its functions and the structure of it, and the quantitative and qualitative measures of credit control which RBI uses, and some of the banking sector functions and banking sector reforms and future of banking. So we have discussed what is RBI, what are its regulations, what is RBI, what are the regulations, why RBI was formed, when in 1935 when RBI enacted started its function, what was the powers and role of RBI was playing during that time, and what is the role it is playing now. It is very much it's quite different. Now it has now it has more powers as compared to at that time. And after the Banking Regulation Act of 1949, banks were started coming in under the control of RBI. And after the nationalization in 1960s and 70s, majority of the banks were under the control of RBI. Now, recently in Parliament in last week or in recent 10 days, new regulation or new bill has been passed regarding the cooperative sector. So cooperative sector banks will might also come under the purview of RBI as well. Okay, only they were left alone. Okay, so, and we did with main objectives of RBI. The most important objective of RBI is to maintain the monetary stability of the country, as RBI is the central bank, the main body of the control of all the banks. So it has to maintain the monetary stability of the country, of the entire monetary system. So that, as I've told you, if banks lose the control, the economy will go down. It is like a financial weapon of mass destruction if we collapse all the banking system. So in order to prevent that, in order to maintain the monetary stability, RBI is there for us. Okay, this we have discussed. Then we dealt with the role of RBI and functions of RBI. Okay, from exam point of view, if you get a role of RBI or functions of RBI, the answer remains the same. Okay, we did the first one, sole currency authority, only printing of notes, changing of anything in the notes or in the coinization. That is the RBI has the authority. It acts as a banker to the government. When governments are in need, they can borrow money from RBI. Then it is the banker's bank or lender of the last resort. If the normal bank doesn't have money, they finally go to RBI to borrow money for their requirement. Then controller of money and credit. Okay, it controls the credit and controls. It has different measures which we're going to talk about it today, like CRR, SLR. Just a brief introduction I've given you like last lecture. What is that? CRR and SLRs and model situation, and certain fixing of minimum margins is also there. Margin also we are going to discuss today. Then after this, in lecture two, we did with regulatory and promotional roles of RBI. Okay, it is quite self-explanatory, and we have dealt with it. And I'll be sharing notes with you very soon. Okay, you can read it. Then basic functions of commercial banks. Okay, commercial banks. These are the banks which consist of public sector as well as private sector banks. So they are mainly for the deposits functions and giving out loans to the public. Okay, they are quite different from the merchant banks, which we are going to discuss in third and fourth module. What are merchant banks? How are they different from commercial banks? So commercial banks are the normal banks which you open an account and you take loans from those banks, home loan, car loan, education loan, all those loans you can take. Then the basic functions of these commercial banks are two basic functions: accepting deposits and lending of funds. Okay, deposits are of three types, which we discussed: savings deposits, normal kind of deposits with a normal interest rate you have. Then we have time deposits. They are kind of fixed deposit or recurring deposits. They are the time deposits for a particular period of time. After the time period is completed, you can withdraw the deposits. Then there are current deposits. Okay, Okay, so current deposits are generally opened by the business people who have daily transaction, and the transaction is in quite a big amount as compared to the savings deposits. Savings deposits, the transaction is somewhere around first week of the month. You will get a person will get a salary, and slowly the money will be withdrawn throughout the month, and again the next month there will be a credit of salary. So the transaction is quite low in savings deposits, and the amount of transaction is also quite low in savings, whereas in current it is pretty high. Then second is about lending of funds. Lending of funds is loans are provided by the bank, advances are provided for the companies, any additional money the company wants, and overdraft facility is provided, and discounting of bills. Okay, we all have done this. Now, okay, in today's lecture, before going to today's lecture, any doubts? Because I just went through quite fast, and you must have forgotten what we have done actually in past two lectures. Okay, shall I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Srini. So, sources of funds to the banks. Okay, quite interesting thing. Okay, in this, how banks get money. Someone asked me last lecture how RBI gets money. Okay, I have told okay, as the CRR requirement is there, so bank needs to keep money with RBI somewhere. We found out last time it was somewhere around 3.6% or something. Okay, CRR requirement. So the money will be kept by the banks with the RBI. So that's how RBI gets the primary source of money to the RBI. Now sources of funds to the banks. This banks I'm talking about commercial banks, the private and the public sector banks, Federal Bank, Kotak, ICICI, all these banks. How they get money into their system, into their branch, or in their basically in that bank. Okay, so first is they get from the deposits, the primary source, and this sources of this deposits are being kept with the bank as the cash in their hands and balances with RBI. This is the source of funds from the bank. Okay, the deposits which are there. So cash in hand is generally not the source of income for the bank, because the deposits which the depositors have kept in the bank, and they will if the bank doesn't use the deposits, then there is no use of keeping those deposits, first of all, because if bank doesn't make money, from where they will give the interest to the depositors. So cash in hand is generally very low, and the balances which is kept by RBI. So these are the two main things which the bank can get money from. And second is money at call and notice. Okay, this is quite interesting. इसमें क्या है, when bank is, there is a system called, अच्छा, before going to this I'll just explain you one thing. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ठीक है. This is financial market. Okay, financial market, I am dividing this into two parts. Okay, one, here you will have capital market, and here you will have money market. This is how I am dividing the financial market. Capital market, you know many things about this. Capital market will consist of equity market, the share market, the bonds which are there, debt market. Okay, all those things you know. Okay, derivatives, then futures, option, forward swaps, all equity, spot market. The different analysis is there to do that. All that things come under capital market. There is, and capital market is generally a long-term kind of a market. You can buy the shares and you can keep it for 10 years, 20 years. You can sell it in 2 days, or you can keep it for 20 days or 20 years. Okay, so generally this capital market consists of long-term requirement of the money. Okay, long-term investments or something like that. Next is money market. Money market is The basic thing of money market is it is a short-term liquidity market. Capital market is a basically long-term. So money market is a short-term liquidity market. And the transactions in money market are pretty huge, so huge that the retail investor doesn't go into it. Only one thing is there: money market mutual fund is there. Apart from that, the transactions in money market are quite huge, and they are for short period of time. Short period in the sense it can be for one day, one night. Okay, evening you borrow something, and next day morning you need to pay him back, or it can be for 3 months, it can be for 6 months, less than 1 year, basically. So any money market instruments has short-term liquidity requirement, fulfills the short-term liquidity requirement, and it is basically less than 1 year. So capital market long-term, okay, retail investors are there. Money market is short-term and very huge kind of requirement is there. Sometimes government is in need of money, sometimes bank is in need of money. Sometimes different financial institutions are in need of money. The need of money is somewhere in terms of lakhs and crores. Okay, the basic, for example, one share, if you plan to buy in capital market, in equity market, one share, maybe you can buy using your one rupee or 10 rupee or 100 rupee. You can enter into the capital market, but in money market it doesn't go like that. Okay, you need lakhs and crores of rupee to enter into it, and the rate of interest is very low in money market. Okay, I'll just tell you what is there in this. So in money market, okay, what I'm telling, it has many instruments. Okay, for example, T-bills are there, treasury bills. There is call money, notice money. Call and notice money is there. Commercial papers are there. Certificate of deposits are there. Okay, all these things are in money market. So when the banking operations is carried out by the commercial bank, it doesn't go to capital market much. It will go to money market. So there comes the call and notice money, which I wanted to tell you here. Money at call or short notice. This is also a market. This call money or notice money is also a market in which banks are offering. It is a kind of a market in which banks are coming together to share their surplus money, or someone will come to borrow some money. So this is kind of a market. It can go from overnight only for one day, or it can go to 14 days, like that. It is there in that market. So from there, the funds can be collected to the bank. Okay, okay, once more I'll explain this. Okay, last time I told you that Federal Bank Tilakwadi branch is in need of money. It will approach the Federal Bank, which is the head office in Kerala. If they doesn't have, they will approach to other banks. Okay, like ICICI and Kotak. So how they will approach this? They will approach this in the market in which this has been traded. Call money market or notice money market. Okay, on short notice they will provide it, and within a few days they'll return back the money. This is a kind of a loan which is being provided by other banks. Okay, so any doubts on this? क्या कुछ भी नहीं समझा? सर कुछ भी नहीं समझा. अच्छा समझा. ठीक है. So basically you remember in this, okay, there is a like equity market. Okay, similar to that, you have another market which is called as a money market, in which there are various instruments. Okay, one such instrument is call and notice money. This is being traded by the banks. So, and retail investors are 99% retail investors are not at all involved in these markets. Okay. Next is investments. Investments, the best investment is, as per the banking regulation, it is CRR SLR, because that is the one of the safest investment. If a bank is keeping money as CRR with RBI, that is the safest investment a bank can do. And if they are putting their investments in SLR, statutory liquidity ratios, which the RBI has suggested them, even that is a kind of a safest investments. So CRR and SLR are the safest investments. Other investments banks can do. Banks can buy shares, or they can invest in certain markets, certain mutual funds also they can do. So they can do investments in various instruments as well to get money, get returns on that. Then next is loans and advances. Okay, this is source of fund, as in the loans or advances they have given, the people will repay them back. So it is kind of that source. Okay, so interest what they will be getting. So that is a source of fund to the bank. And finally, fixed assets and other assets. So bank has bought any fixed assets, or it has some uh, assets, like they have given a loan to a person who has bought a house, then later on he could not pay it. Now they are mortgaging his property, and they are taking his property and giving it on a lease base, for the auctioning. And after auctioning, whatever the excess money the bank is getting, or that is being not auctioned as of now, that is a asset for the bank basically. So that is a kind of a fixed asset as a source of funds to the banks. Okay, it is quite simple. You can easily read it and understand. Only thing, this was a new thing for you. Okay. Next is quantitative measures of credit control. Okay, this is the most interesting thing in this chapter, I guess. Okay, this is what I was telling you. How this is the process. Quantitative measures of credit control is done by the central bank of a country. In our case, it will be the RBI. So RBI will do this quantitative measures, and another thing will come, qualitative measures. So this is done in order to protect the economy of a country, in order to protect the cash flow in the economy. How does it do it? First is bank rate policy. Okay, bank rate policy, what it says. Okay, don't look at the first ABC here. Okay, this RBI. Okay, RBI is setting interest. Basically, we'll come here. Okay, RBI is there. It is setting a benchmark that above maybe 7%, you cannot give any loan. Okay, the rate of interest for any kind of loan. Okay, consider any kind of loan is 7%. Okay, so this is the normal scenario. Now, suppose after a few months, RBI felt that 7% is quite low. We will increase this to 12%. Okay. Now, as per your understanding, tell me, where will people borrow money from bank? When the interest rate is 7%, or when the interest rate is 12%? Borrowing money. Okay. Anyone can tell me? I'll repeat my question once again. Okay, RBI is setting the benchmark of the interest rate. First, in the first case, it has sent a benchmark that 7% will every bank for every kind of loan, they need to give loan at the rate of 7% interest rate. Then in the second case, RBI is telling, and now you give increase the benchmark and you give at 12% interest rate. So from the point of view of the customer, person who is borrowing money, where he will go, where he will like the 7% interest rate or 12% interest rate.
Seven.
7%, right? Why? Because there is a less interest rate. He need to pay less EMI. The amount of EMI will be less in case of 7%, and it will be more in case of 12%. So at 7% interest rate, people will come and buy more. Borrow more. Okay, and at 12%, they will buy less. So whenever RBI feels that the in the economy, many people are borrowing money, there is a huge debt increasing. The country, sometimes it happens that the GDP, if we compare GDP and the loan, the borrowing amount, the debt is more than the GDP. If we consider the monetary just the monetary terms. So when that is the situation, when people are borrowing more, RBI wants to restrict that borrowing. So during that time, it increases the interest rate. Okay, when RBI doesn't want people to borrow, it will increase the interest rate. But when the economy is pretty slow and it is not doing much, the market is slow, the standard of living of people has slowly, gradually, it is going down. During that time, RBI will reduce. It might tell bank to reduce it to 5%, so that people should borrow more, the businesses should flourish. So this process is being discussed in the bank rate policy. Okay, when there is, see, now you can see a point, rise in the market interest rate, this RBI can do. Rise in the cost of borrowing from the banks, even this RBI can do. And decline in the demand of credit lending, this RBI can do. I just told you regarding the rise in the market interest rate. So if interest rate is increased, okay, people will borrow less. Interest rate is decreased, people will borrow more. Okay, depending upon the flow of economy, RBI keeps on changing this bank rate, and it can also increase the cost of borrowing money. Okay, it will what do you say? It will impose some charges or some additional additional fees, so that the cost of borrowing will go up and uh, decrease the demand for the credit lending. So basically, in bank rate, they will change the interest rate from which the bank will offer loans to the customers. Okay, so similar thing is there in open market. Okay, any doubts in this? No. Chalo. In open market operations, again I'll come to it. Okay, now open market operations. Open market operations के लिए, okay, I'll again go here. Okay, money market में I have told something about TB. What is this? These are treasury bills. Okay. Now what treasury bills means? What treasury bills means? I guess I've told you this, but yeah. A government is planning to build maybe a highway, or chalo, we'll take a new example. The government is planning for this construction of parliamentary building. Okay, L&D has won the case, but we'll take it as suppose government is only planning to build. They have their own manpower, their sources. Okay, when government is building any such structure, parliamentary building or bridges or dams or roads or anything like that, the government is in need of money. Okay, when the government is in need of money, they can borrow from RBI. Okay, they need to pay interest from that, or for that matter, for any other bank, government can borrow money. Next option is to approach this market, money market. In money market, they can float the bills, okay, to the all the financial institutions or any company, or for that matter, retail investors also. They'll float the bills and they will say that if you buy one bill, okay, you will get a rate of interest maybe 3%. Someone is unmuted. Okay, when the bills have been floated in the market, government will tell you buy this bill from us, and we will give you 3 or 4% interest on that after maybe 6 months or 9 months. I have told you, it is money market is only just a 365-day market maximum. So within a few months, okay, they will pay you 3% or 4% interest rate. Okay, so by this, the treasury bills will be floated in the market. That means people will buy and give money to the governments, or else RBI will buy those treasury bills and give money to the government. That can also be done, or other banks can buy the treasury bills, give money to the government. So government will have money, they will construct this, and they will repay the money. Okay, from taxes or from wherever the source of money is from the government is there. After 6 months, when they'll get the money, they'll pay them back. So treasury bills are at a huge monetary value, as I've told you, in money market. So when treasury bills are there in the market, okay, with the people don't have money, they have the bills. Okay, they are waiting for government to pay them back. Okay, and Another thing is when treasury bills are bought from the public, from the financial institutions, by the RBI, then RBI will give money in the economy. Okay, very much similar to this bank rate policy. Okay, again, just I'll explain you. Okay, what are these? This is our RBI, and this is our economy, and these are the treasury bills. Many treasury bills in. Okay, these treasury bills are there. Government has sold them, and these treasury bills are supposed in the economy. So in economy, everyone has bills, but they don't have money. Okay, so suppose RBI wants to pump money in the economy. What RBI can do? RBI will tell everyone, give these treasury bills to us, and we will give you money. Sorry, dollar. Give these treasury bills to us. We will give you money, and use that money for your businesses or for your activities. Okay, so by this, RBI has pumped money in the economy. Why RBI does this? In order to pump the money in the economy, in order to flourish the business for a down-going economy. So RBI is providing money to the economy to spend. You can take this money, spend it, do your business. In case of bad economy. In case of good economy, what they will do? They will sell these treasury bills. Okay, the second scenario. In case of good economy, RBI will sell these treasury bills to the economy at a very lesser price, so that everyone will be happy. Very lesser price mein treasury bills we are getting, and we are getting interest on that. So everyone will be happy, and they will buy the treasury bills, and in turn RBI will suck out money from the economy. Okay, this process is called as open market operations. Okay, so this is how RBI is managing the money in the economy. In the first case, it was increasing or decreasing the rate of interest so that people will borrow more or borrow less. Okay, depending upon the economic situation, RBI will fluctuate that bank rate. In the second point, in the open market operations, RBI is using treasury bills and mostly treasury bills. Okay, in open market operations, treasury bills, RBI is using those treasury bills in order to pump money in the economy or pump out money from the economy. Okay, this is about open market operations. I'll come to it once again later. Okay, third is cash reserve ratio. You know what is this? Okay, it is the cash which is kept from the bank with the RBI. Now, if bank wants, the RBI wants bank to lend less to the public, what they will do? They will increase the CRR. Okay, suppose the CRR is 3. So from maybe 100 crore deposits of a bank, they will keep 3 crores with RBI. Okay, suppose RBI wants to pump money from the bank. Bank ke paas bahut paisa hai, I'll remove those money from that bank, so that the bank will not be able to give loans more. So they will increase from 3 to 5% or 7%. The CRR. This percentage seems very less. 3 से 4 हो रहा है, 5 हो रहा है. What is a big deal? But it is happening throughout the country for in all the banks. So it will affect. It will have a huge impact. So if you increase CRR from 3 to 3.5% or 3.5 to 4%, it will have a huge impact on the economy. So it can increase the cash reserve ratio or the CRR, so that bank have to keep money with the RBI in case it has to pump out money from the economy. But if it wants to pump money in the economy, then it will reduce the CRR to 2% or 2.5, 1.5%, so that more money is there with the bank to give away the loans. Similarly for the SLR. Okay, SLR, it was 25% when I last 2 years back I've written this. So 25% say 21% somewhere it is there. So if again RBI wants to reduce money flow in the economy, it will increase the SLR. If it wants to increase the flow in the economy, it will reduce the SLR, and if it wants to decrease the flow of money in the economy, it will increase the SLR. Okay, so this was quite a logical thing, and then I'll come to you. Okay, and now any doubts, ask me regarding the quantitative measures, this or this. ऐसे कैसे no doubts यार? Okay, you have understood, or you are totally blank in this. Can I ask questions then? चलो किसको पूछे? Solomon. Yeah, unmute your audio. Okay, Solomon is kept somewhere and he has went, I guess. Okay, guys, any doubts? Okay, I'll move further. Okay, qualitative measures. Okay, qualitative measures is well, before going to this, I'll just go through the RBI website. Last time we did this, I told you about this. CRR 3%, SLR 18%. Again, it has increased. Last time it was at 19%, I guess. Okay, then policy rates. Repo, reverse repo, I have not told you. Bank rate. Bank rate is 4.25. This is what the bank rate is about. Bank rate policy, which I was discussing. Okay, this is the bank rate as of now, 4.25. Okay, and margin margin is here. Okay. It is also 4.25. Repo and reverse repo rate. Okay, I'll tell you sometime. This repo rate and reverse repo rate is also a part of money market operations. Okay, this money market. This will come. Repo is actually a short form of repurchase option. Okay, and this is reverse repo. It is repurchase options. What is that? I'll tell you in some time. Chalo, as you don't have any doubts, I'll move to this. Okay, next is a margin requirement. Okay, in a margin requirement, there is margin is what? Suppose one person is going to a bank to get a home loan, and that no, will not take home loan. Will take car loan. Okay, he's going to a bank to avail a car loan, and the cost of car is okay. He's buying Nano, suppose. Okay, the cost of car is 1,20,000. Okay, and he's approaching the bank for that car loan. From that 1,20,000, bank is telling we will give you 80% of the loan. Okay, and 20% of the amount you need to pay from your own pocket, and that will be again hypothecated to bank. Okay, the first owner will be of that nano car will be bank, and the second owner will be that the person who has taken loan for that car. So there are two owners, and that has been it will be mentioned in that when he'll go to buy the car, it is hypothecated to so and so bank, and after the repayment of the entire amount, the hypothecation certificate will be cancelled, and the only one owner will be there who has taken the loan, that person. Okay, so when he's going to the bank, the cost of car is 1,20,000. 80,000 bank will pay, and 20,000 he will pay. So that 20% is called as the margin requirement. Okay, again I'll explain it. Yeah. Okay, this is my car. Okay, so cost of car is 1,20,000. So from 1,20,000, two people are paying this 1,20,000. First person is bank. Okay, bank is paying this 80%, and that person is paying 20%. And this car will be hypothecated to bank, first owner, then there is the second owner. And this 20% is called as the margin required. That means 20%, 24,000. Well, 24,000. 24,000 is the margin requirement by this person. The bank has kept because RBI has told this time. Suppose it increases the margin. Okay, the bank will tell, we'll not pay 80%, we will pay 70%, and you need to pay 30%. So that person will maybe postpone the buying of car, or he will unhappy, or more person like him will not go for the car loan. Okay, suppose it increases further. It increases to 40%. 40% you need to pay, and bank will tell we'll only pay 60%. Further, people will not be very happy to buy cars using bank loan. So in order to discourage people from buying loans, okay, they can increase the margin requirement, or encourage people to take more loans from the bank. They will decrease the margin requirement. This is how they control using margin requirements. So this is a kind of a qualitative measure. That. Then similarly, consumer credit control is there, okay, in which who the consumer is, how the flow of credit will be there. That has been studied. Okay, very simple. And there are guidelines from the central bank. Okay, you cannot give loans to certain class of people, or there are certain regulations to whom you can give loan, to whom you cannot give loan. Then rationing of credit is there. Rationing of credit is for certain amount of certain percentage of your deposits will be only given to this kind of people, and certain percentage of the amount of deposits will be given to some different kind of people. Okay, so that bank cannot give all its loan to only housing loan, or only agricultural loan, or only student loan. Nothing like that. There are some certain what do you say, quotas, okay, or ration has been allotted to give away the credits. And moral suasion is there. Moral suasion is just on the basis of, what do you say, the nationality, what it is called, just the RBI will persuade the bank, okay, don't give loans at this time, the situation is not so good, or give loan this time, encourage people, or build a good CRM, or stop giving loans to them, okay, in order to, it is good for the country or something like that. Okay, and next is direct action. RBI will directly come in and stop the flow of credit control. Okay, it is kind of a qualitative and quantitative mixture. So these are the qualitative and quantitative measures. Now, can I ask questions, or you're again very sleepy? Okay. Shall I continue, or shall I stop? Are you bored? What did I say? Okay, people are already leaving. You tell me.
सर सुबह लिया कीजिए क्लास.
सुबह मेरे को मिलना चाहिए ना. ठीक है, आई अंडरस्टूड. दिमाग के ऊपर से जा रहा करके.
हाँ सर, थैंक यू सर.
ठीक है, तो इतना ही है, बट जस्ट एक स्मॉल रिवीजन कर देते. नेक्स्ट क्या है, बैंकिंग सेक्टर रिफॉर्म चाहिए, तो ऐसे ठीक है. नेक्स्ट क्लास आई गेस आई कंप्लीट दिस. सी, आई हैव कंप्लीटेड दिस. ओके, बैंकिंग सेक्टर रिफॉर्म्स है. Okay, then you have banks performance analysis, very simple. Industry analysis, very simple. Recent developments in banking sector, electronic checks, fund transfer, telebanking, mobile banking. Okay, I don't need to explain it much. Then future of banking, machine learning, artificial intelligence. Okay, ये सब hardly exam में आता है, but तो भी you can write it on your own. Okay, the only thing is this is quite important. Quantitative measures of credit control. This 4 and qualitative measures. ये भी फिर भी simple है. This 4 I need you to understand properly. Okay, I'll just एक 5 minute. Everyone stand up and sit down. Everyone stand up. I cannot see you, but ठीक है. It's up to you. Stand up and sit down. I'll just go through it, these 4 points again, and I'll stop the lecture. Yeah. So. Okay, fine. Give me 5 minutes. Okay, I'll go through this once again and I'll stop the lecture. ठीक है, सुनो. First is bank rate policy. Who is there in this? Okay. ठीक है, Ranjit, Solomon, Pooja, Sakshi. Okay, I'll take you on in the examples. Okay, Ranjit is a person who is Ranjit and Solomon. These two person are planning to take loans from the bank. ठीक है, पता नहीं कुछ कार वार खरीदने वाले, एनीथिंग. ओके, वन इज प्लानिंग टू बाय बाइक एंड वन इज प्लानिंग टू बाय अ कार. ओके, दे वांट टू टेक लोन फ्रॉम द बैंक, दे आर प्लानिंग टू बाय. ठीक है, देन दिस साक्षी एंड पूजा. ठीक है, साक्षी एंड पूजा आर द बैंक्स, टू डिफरेंट
Your
बैंक्स.
voice is breaking.
अच्छा, now it's fine. Now my voice is fine.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, I'll start that once again. There are two persons, Ranjit and Solomon. They are planning to buy a vehicle, and there are two banks named Sakshi Limited and Puja Limited. There are two banks, and one is RBI, who is ठीक है, मैं हूँ RBI. Okay, नहीं ठीक है, RBI में कोई भी नहीं. ठीक है, RBI है, two banks are there and two customers are there. Okay, now I am seeing around me that there are too many cars and too many bikes. Okay, and people are very tired of seeing all these bikes and cars, and so many people are taking loans. Everyone is enjoying. Okay, no one is saving. Okay, I as an RBI seeing this, and what I'll decide, I don't want Ranjit and Solomon to take loan from the bank. So what I'll do, I'll discourage them. How will I discourage them? I'll increase the bank rate, the interest rate. I'll tell Puja Limited and Sakshi Limited, you cannot give loans at 10%, increase the rate at 20%. You get 20% interest rate. So Ranjit and Solomon, I think at 20% interest rate pay will not take bike and car now. We'll postpone our purchase. Okay? So this is how I control them. I discourage them so that they will not take the loans. I increase the bank rate. Okay. Next, another scenario is I want everyone to take loans and spend money in the market, because the automobile sector is very going down. All the cars and bike companies crying because there is no customers to there are no customers for them. So as they are crying, what I'll do, I'll decrease the bank rate. I'll decrease it to maybe 3%. So 3% now, take loan for car or bank. So Ranjit and Solomon will come running to the bank to take a loan for their car and bike. Okay, so this is how I encourage them. So in bank rate policy, I encourage or discourage the customers by increasing or decreasing the bank rate, so that bank can offer them loans at a lesser price, or bank can offer them loans at a higher price, so that my flow of money in the economy will be maintained. इतना ही आंसर क्वेश्चन. ठीक है, I hope you have listened and understood. I'll go to next one. Next is open market operations. Open market operations में I'm using treasury bills. Okay, these are the bills which has been given by the government in the economy, and other financial institutions, banks, or even RBI buys these treasury bills, or the other people also can buy the treasury bills. So these are a kind of an instrument. ठीक है, treasury bills को क्या समझते हैं हम लोग? Treasury bills को भी imagine it is a car. Okay, आगे. ठीक है, when you are going to buy a car, you will give money to the seller of the car, and you will own the car. Okay, so money is been went to seller. Now money किसके पास है? Seller के पास है. That money will be transferred upwards. Now you have the car. Okay, now suppose you are in dire need of money. ठीक है, कोरोना आ गया, पैसा नहीं है, आई एम नीड ऑफ माय बेसिक नेसेसिटी. इधर घर पे खाना खाने को नहीं, कार लेके क्या करेंगे? So now I'm in need of money. I want to sell this car and get money and use that money for my day-to-day activities. Okay, so this situation is being created using open market operations. That car is my treasury bill now. Now that treasury bill If it is there in the economy, people will not have money. बिल्स है, जैसे कार था मेरे घर में, आई डेंट हैव मनी टू ईट, सो वैसे ही बिल्स है अभी मेरे पास. नाउ आरबीआई विल ऑफर मी वेरी हायर अमाउंट, बहुत ज़्यादा पैसे देके आरबीआई विल परचेज दोज बिल्स विद मी एंड गिव मी मनी. So I'll be very happy. ठीक है, anyways, I got too much money, which is the treasury bills का जितना worth था, from that much more I have received money. So I'll be very happy and I'll spend those money. If RBI wants to pump money in the economy, if RBI wants to remove money from the economy, then RBI will float the treasury bills at a very lesser cost. So I'll be very much tempted to buy those treasury bills. बहुत सस्ते में मिल रहा है, I'll just buy it, treasury bills. Anyways, I have too much money. So this is how money will be given back to RBI and I'll have the treasury bills. Okay, so bank rate में भी कैसे था? I increase the bank rate, decrease the bank rate, and discourage and encourage. Open market operations में I'll pump money in the economy and I'll pump out money in the. Oh, just a minute. Okay, I'll pump money in the economy and pump out the money from the economy using treasury bills. This happens in the open market operations. And the third one is CRR. It is very simple. Okay, if 4% is the cash reserve ratio, a bank will keep less money with the RBI. If 10% is the cash reserve ratio, bank needs to keep more money with the RBI. So as they are keeping more money, they cannot give loans that much. 10% money is with RBI. Suppose cash reserve ratio is 1%. So only 1% they need to keep with RBI. Rest they can give away as a loan. Similarly for the SLR. बस इतना याद रखो, then you will not have any problem with this. Any doubts in this? I need to clear or I'll stop the session. Okay, this measures is being carried out by RBI in order to check the money flow in the economy. There should not be too much money in the economy. Why? Because huge supply, the inflation will go high and the value of the currency will go low as compared to dollars and yens and pound and euro. So in order to keep a check on the flow of the money, it does all these things. Okay, increasing bank rate, decreasing bank rate, increasing CRR, SLR, etc. Okay, ठीक है. So shall I close the meeting? Oh, sorry, the lecture.
Okay, sir.